figured out what I wanted, which is really normal. And I say that now as a career counselor, I know how normal that is. But then I worked for 5 years and realized I wanted to do something different. So I went back and got a master's degree. And it was in my master's degree, I was getting a master's in counseling, that I learned that career counseling is a version of counseling. And so I did internships, I did site visits. Again, doing this for 15 years, I see when people use career services, 9 times out of 10, they have more clarity on what they want to do by the time they graduate. I think there's 3 major things that our office does that are crucial for any student at UT or any university. Is we help people explore who they are, where they're going, what's out there, and how to get there. So exploring, using this time in college to figure out what do I want to be doing in life after UT. And there's a lot of resources around students that oftentimes don't recognize are great resources for figuring this out. So we help students explore their options no matter what their major. Using career services helps students know what to do to take the steps they need to take to figure out what they want to do and how to get there. And then those are things they can use the rest of their life. So you learn how to do it while you're in college, but it's something you'll keep doing over your life. We help people feel confident and comfortable and genuine and authentic. Meaning, we can't create that for you, but an advantage is a lot of times when a student meets with us, they realize that what they're trying to accomplish is possible and they know how to do it. One of the other big advantages are most companies are coming through a university's Office of Career Services to find students. And so there are already companies that are waiting to talk to students, and in the advantages, I call it low-hanging fruit. Like, we're helping students figure out how to have a good conversation, and employers are waiting to talk to them. And so that advantage is there as well by using the office, where you might not know that had you not used career services.
This is the final question, but this is the final question.
Yeah.
Where is career service located? A lot of people on campus
Yay.
don't actually know.
Okay, where we are in the Southern Family Building, which is by the mail room or the mail services. I always joke that we are next to the river and that UT goes beyond Plant Hall. So I would say a standout memory, it's not necessarily one, but it's a kind of experience that I love having with students, is when we're sitting in my office, typically it's in my office, where a student is trying to figure out, like, what do I want to do with my life? And they're talking through different interests they've had. And then we have usually an hour together, and we get to like 45 minutes in the session, and they say, we've talked about all these ideas they have of a career that they might want to do, and then they say, but you know what I really want to do, Rachel? Or they say, I think this is a really stupid idea, or I've never told anybody this. And then they share the thing that's actually motivating for them. It's almost like a breakthrough, or like, I'm going to be true and honest to myself about what I really want. I love having those moments with biggest motivations are parents, like somebody's mom or dad or family member saying, you need to go to career services, and sometimes students don't always want to listen to their parents, but that's how they get in the door. Or professors. Professors require an assignment that has students using our office for some purpose, so they get exposed to it. And it's then that a student realizes, like, oh my gosh, now that I know what you're doing, this is really helpful. One of the things, and of course I'm going to say that, I work in career services, but something we hear a lot is once a student walks in the doors and uses our services, they leave saying this is so much more helpful than I thought, or I didn't realize this was here. So those are 2 big motivations. The third motivation is usually people are ready to use us when they're ready to use us, meaning all of a sudden they've realized, oh, I need to get an internship, or I need to have a resume, or I need to know how to go to a career fair, or I need to know how to talk to people to figure out what I want. And so it's usually somebody's process where they're like, who can help me with that? And that's what we're here for.